All righty. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the November Queenswood Heights Community Association monthly meeting. And my name is Vinny Vayafo, President of the Association. By the way, we don't need an AGM to place me. Anytime someone wants to, they're welcome to. Come on in. First thing was call the meeting to order, 7 p.m. Introduction, we'll go around the table for everybody to introduce themselves. If you are watching online, we are so happy you could join us as well. And over to you, James.
Hi everyone, my name is James. I am here on behalf of Councillor Matthew.
Hi everyone, I'm Tony. I'm a sponsor of the community and the special events coordinator.
I'm Dan Kingsley. I unfortunately run all the tech.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Krennick. I'm the comms rep.
Hi everybody, I'm Crystal Holmes. I am the treasurer.
Hi, I'm Nicole Holmes.
I'm Dan Holmes.
Holmes, my brother.
I'm Sarah Washburn. I'm the environment rep.
David Brown, the vice president.
Suzanne, member at large. Suzanne Clendine, Facebook moderator.
You got Suzanne.
Facebook police, I would.
She's got the band hammer.
I'm pretty good at that one.
All right, thank you, everybody. Welcome. First things first, I do have some copies of the agenda. I post them online. I don't make copies for everybody, but
There's a link for them on our webpage as well.
there's a link on our webpage as well. Here's an extra 3 copies if anybody needs them to have a look. Share them and have a look and see, is there anything in there missing? Is there things on there you say, oh my God, don't discuss that, yeah, that kind of comment. Please don't hesitate. I have thick skin, I'm good.
Who's the secretary?
That's Janine, and she was helping somebody at the at the Pearly, so she's on her way, but she's gonna be a little late. Okay.
We'll make room for her when she arrives.
Thank you. Thank you. Would you please do the honor of start that off? Yeah. So any comments about the agenda? No comments?
I move we approve it.
No way,
there
somebody
you
moved
go.
to approve it?
I second it, or third it.
No, I have to write that down. Oh, thank you.
Well, no, you
I was
don't.
thinking for a minute.
Sitting,
Yes,
you don't need to write that
I don't?
because it's gonna create a transcript.
Really? Okay, I should trust that.
If not, you can watch the video.
I now have a question.
Okay,
There you
good,
go.
thank you very much.
So then you-
Is anyone opposed to the agenda? So carried, thank you very much. Sorry.
I want to add something to it.
Oh, Dan,
I'll
go,
ask a question.
shoot.
Somebody tiered me last time I was here. I don't see anything about it on the agenda.
Something what?
Christmas parade?
Christmas parade. I will gladly add that in. Christmas parade under H.
2026, you mean.
So number 10H will be Christmas parade. Christmas parade, yeah. Okay, good, thank you. So we've added Christmas parade, anything else? All right. So somebody motion to accept?
Dan already did.
Yeah.
Well, now it's because now we changed it.
Echo it.
We revised it.
I move we approve the revised
Agenda.
I can't even speak.
And Sarah second, is that
Yeah,
what I
I second
understood?
anyways.
Perfect. Anyone opposed? All good, it's carried. With adding Christmas parade under special events, it'll be item H. Perfect, thank you. Next item, we do all this red tape stuff first, is the minutes. I did post a lot of these online, so there's a few copies. If you want to pass these around, have a look.
They are also available on the webpage.
You need to have a look at them if you're here as well. So if there's anything, please review them and tell me if there's anything wrong, anything missing, or, yeah. We do our best with our interpretations of notes.
Yeah, I did look at the
Thank you, because I just spent 5 minutes scrolling and I can't find it anywhere.
So for those folks watching, if you go to the webpage, which is QHCA.ca, at the very top, you'll see 2024/2025 archives. If you click on that, all the links for all the current and historical minutes as well as agendas are there. And you've obviously found it because you found the link to the YouTube video.
October minutes are not on there yet.
They are not.
October minutes are only put on once they are approved here.
Correct.
Nothing goes on the website unless it's approved by the masses. Good. It's all good?
Oh, what?
Wine fest.
Whoa, Wine fest, there's a thing.
Could be a thing.
Could be a fun thing.
Oh, Dan found something. I see that.
Oh, yes, yes.
You're trying to spelling mistake, it's okay.
That's okay, tell me so we can fix
Craig
it.
said to me, what, you're gonna look for mistakes? No, just look for the content, we were right here, you know? But I don't want to kind of jump to other things.
Okay,
Item D. Item D.
D,
D, yeah.
spring fling.
No, Tony had already started pumping.
Oh, sorry. That one missed. All right, what's
Cool
that?
word,
What's that?
pumping homes.
Oh.
Cool word.
It's newer.
You know what, it's not lost though, it's still pumping.
Now, you had, sorry, there was a bit of a mention, I think it was at the previous meeting, about possibly joining the Christmas parade. I think there was a discussion. that-
Yes, there was.
Yeah, I don't see it here.
It was the meeting
Maybe
before.
it might
It
have
was
been-
a meeting in September? Okay.
Yeah, it could be the September meeting.
Okay, I just was trying to look for.
Good point.
That was at the last meeting, I don't remember.
Yeah,
It was in September.
Okay, fair enough.
yes. Yes, Dan thought it was a great idea.
I still do, but.
I'm happy you're taking the lead on it, I'm happy.
Just because I like it doesn't mean I gotta do it.
Well, yeah, there is that.
There is that.
I accept the minutes
I second.
as revised.
As revised. Any other revisions? One correction.
Item 10, the Innis Press website is done.
Sorry, I thought it was still one that was downstairs.
Item 10, sorry.
Yeah,
It wasn't done at that
I
point
was
in
saying
time.
it wasn't done.
Yeah, no, that's what you're saying, it's done now.
It is done.
One day it wasn't, one day it was.
Yes, exactly.
I don't go by that way often, but I went by 2 days in a row. First day it wasn't, next, damn, they haven't fixed it yet. Next day we go by, and she says, it's done.
It's nice, by the
What
way.
is it?
The left turn off of Innis onto Prestwick.
I did it.
It's a big help, traffic hour especially.
I would have personally preferred if it was just part of those other ones where it's like red, yellow, green turn, and then the green goes off. The arrow goes off, but you can still have green,
Yeah.
instead of a special signal to itself. Yeah, like so a lot of the other ones,
So
you
there's-
still, that means you could still turn left.
So there's different types of
Exactly.
turning lights. There's protected, and then there's, whatever they call the other one that.
Unprotected.
Well, it's actually not called that, but essentially, yes, where you go straight and also turn. I said protected is essentially like, only people that are going are the ones going left.
Yeah.
So it just, that also depends on the criteria to why
Okay.
it's gonna get the turning lights.
Can I have the best suggestion that could be, because I know, we're almost 10 minutes into the meeting and we haven't gotten to the meeting, this meeting, but, if we sent the draft minutes ahead of time by email to the people that attended the meeting, I think then we could expect people to review it in advance, and then that would save
That
time.
sounds really, really, really well organized. However, when I did try that, we'd get here and be, oh, yeah, I haven't looked at those yet. There's like-
So it was just.
It seemed to be a waste of time, with all due respect. However,
Okay.
it is a good idea.
Okay.
Just, we need people to actually pay attention to it. I did try that about a year ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we could. All right, so, good pumpkining aside,
I like that.
yeah. Someone moved to,
I already did.
you did?
Did.
Anyone second?
I did.
Suzanne.
Suzanne did. Anyone against? Carried, thank you very much. Good, let's move on to me. Oh, yes. Welcome again. We've been going through a number of challenges lately, mostly related to banks, but it's okay. One thing that I have noticed is that banks all want to switch everything online, and then they don't tell their employees what the process is. We've had quite a time getting our new treasurer signing authority. It's been quite the time. However, we're almost there, I think. Aside from that, we've had some very good results in our parks as far as the limited crime, which I will be speaking about a little later around Neighborhood Watch, the crime rates going on in Queenswood Heights and what's happening. We had a very interesting meeting. Alex and I attended last Thursday. It was very nice of everyone to invite us. We were there with a number of community association presidents and representatives, and it was really nice. Laura Dudas kicked it off. So it's been very interesting. And of course, with everything going on with budgets and everything else, there's maybe a little more stress on some people. I can tell you that as a 36-year career in the federal government, I saw these happen very often. There's a cycle, right? Oh, hiring. Oh, no, cutting. I can assure you that anyone who's a permanent employee is not losing their job in the federal government. There is none. Yes, consultants and casuals tend to be, and terms, it depends. But it's usually, we have a lot of vacant positions, and that gets cut first, and attrition and so on. But it's actually very, it does increase the amount of work people have to do too. But it very rarely affects anybody's ability to bring home a paycheck, existing employees. So we have to look at that as a positive. We've had a change tonight. It's our first time trying this. Dan has switched us from Facebook Live to YouTube.
This way it stores it longer.
Yeah.
And it's easier for people to access. It should have closed captioning, I hope.
Yes.
And it will automatically generate a transcript as well, I hope.
So that's what we're trying. So we're going to try it, see how it goes, and we'll adjust, right? So that's great. We've had a lot of discussions about having help as well run our events. We'll be talking about that as one of the items. So again, welcome everybody. We'll have a fast meeting. A lot of items, but I promise to try and keep it quick and efficient. If not, Dave will kick me again. So let's move on to Treasury. Signing authorities update. Well, 6 weeks now we've been trying, 6-7 weeks.
Like that.
Yeah. Anyway, so we had one direction on, and then we did that, and then they said, oh, no, you can't do that here, you have to do a meeting. So we had a meeting. Oh, no, we can't do it here, you have to do it online, which is the first phone call I made was someone online, but it's okay. So now we're waiting on them to process all the paperwork, and now they say, oh, we need this and we need that. I was, oh, we had done that at the bank, but okay, sure. Anyway, so I'm finding CIBC, and by the way, TD Bank is the same, because I run a hockey group and we use TD Bank's same issues. Everything's gone online. But we'll get there. Our current balance is $6,328.38. We have no outstanding checks or bills at this point. So everything's paid through, so that's why the difference actually between the last meeting and this, all the outstanding expenses have cleared. So we're in good shape there. Yeah, did you want to add anything, Crystal? No?
No, I thought about covering it.
No? No.
Still waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Website and Facebook updates. Dan, did you want to talk about the website?
The website runs.
It does, right? Yes.
We're adding some, restructure some of the pages in the short future, for how our minutes and agendas are archived, so we'll do a little bit of change to that one.
Yeah.
It's working. I went around, got a little snoopy, went around, looked at all the other community association pages in the area, and they keep it very simple as well. Because we had thought about doing some much more advanced things, and it's just, community associations just simply don't do it across the board. And I'm also thinking continuity, so if in 3 years I leave, well, then I have a very complicated webpage I'm giving someone who might not have those skill sets.
Yeah.
So we'll keep it simple enough that anyone can do it,
Okay,
and we'll go from there.
all right. And thank you for setting up the video for tonight. Thank you very much.
We are working on a Discord as well. We'll see how that goes. I do know that a couple other community associations in the area use Discord for their discussion. So our thought is maybe Facebook just becomes a place where we put up informational posts, and Discord is where people have discussions, and it's got AI moderators. So if people use specific language or certain types of words, it'll automatically lock them or ban them and report it to a moderator. So before it gets out of hand, as it has sometimes in Facebook, because we don't do it full time, right? So before 35, 40 comments have pumped in, people are all upset, it would lock the first one.
All right.
He said pumped in, like people pumped up to
But
talk
there's
about whatever
pumpkin
the
too.
topic was. It's
I heard
very-
that.
Got it.
Not about the pumpkins.
Suzanne, Tony, Facebook, would you like to add anything?
I mean, I'm grateful for Dan posting yesterday to remind people what our group is about.
I turned off the comments on that too.
Oh,
yes.
Was there comments first or
No, because I turned off the comments.
Because a lot of people are kind of forgetting what the rules were and what was allowed in the group. We were getting a lot of people trying to get things or asking for things or advertising.
And it puts our volunteers in a bad position,
Yeah.
where you have to be the bad guy all the time simply because they're not following the rules.
Although I rate them a nice note usually, so I don't seem so bad.
And I found out how to essentially either make it so that all someone's posts need to be approved. So I've learned some other control tactics that we're going to start to implement, because I don't like nonsense.
Well, none of us do.
And then it should be like a.
We're all volunteers. What's that?
Should be like a
Such a dad thing to say.
I also see our Facebook page as being a bulletin board, not a soapbox.
Yes,
That's a good way to. sum it up.
100%.
Right.
That's a good way, I think that's what.
All right, so let's move on to bigger things. Unless you have more comments about Facebook. So let's talk about a new constitution. Where did it put? You have copies? No, I actually brought a copy as well. I just have to get my own copy.
I have a copy right now that if we do have to change anything, I can edit it and we'll vote on the changes that I make on the.
Super, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, and Alex, you want to take the lead on that? On the discussions?
Jeez.
Pardon? You want to take the lead on the?
Yeah, sure. So it was mentioned probably a few months ago that we needed a constitution, so I decided to write one. We had a meeting in early October where after I had put forward a draft, we had a meeting where a few of us came in and added all the edits, and also any edits that were put forward in the Facebook chat for the executive. I added on as well. It's fairly boilerplate. It essentially just gives us an actual structure that we can follow going forward. I think it's fairly comprehensive, with the one exception that minutes are not technically needed, which we will add in a bylaw next meeting, assuming we pass it. It essentially just gives us an actual structure to work forward, because, you know, if there's a new group in the future, they're gonna say, well, what are the rules? This is a set of rules for them to follow.
Why wouldn't we have minutes be necessary if we bother to write them, if we bother to approve an agenda? Like, why?
It was just missed in the.
It was just missed.
Missed.
Yes, yeah, it was just,
So we don't need it.
yeah, as it's currently
That's why I'm
written,
asking.
as it's currently written, it's not technically needed. That was just a note, like, no one had thought about it until Sarah. I just wanted
It was
to-
mentioned, and I said, oh, yeah, I guess you should put that.
Yeah, it was not done intentionally, it was just,
Yeah,
we had all forgotten it.
If I may,
20 people.
It's a good omission.
Lawsuits.
I make a bylaw rather than flip the constitution, because bylaws are simpler to fix.
Yes.
Than redoing your constitution. So a constitution is here, who we are and how we work.
Yep.
The mechanics are all in bylaws and procedures.
And that's the way this is written. It is all the broad, yeah.
It's very amendable, and it also, not to say that any or any of us would do anything incorrectly, but it also gives the regular members of the community an actual structure where if an executive does do harm or make a mistake, there's a formal way where the people watching or like general members can actually, you know, affect the change and make sure people are accountable. Obviously, we're very accountable, but there's specific measures where we can, at an annual general meeting, the members can vote on having the finances audited, or ask for a full list of all the monetary votes, or closed votes as they're called now. So it actually gives people a structure to, if accountability has to happen, it gives the people the tools to.
So one of the things that I believe in, and I've been pushing this all along, is transparency. You know, I come here, I announce what the balance is. We have many outstanding, I announce it out loud. If there is nothing hidden, everything has to be above board and clear and transparent. For a community association, that is very important. This isn't a corporation, we don't have any, you know, we don't have to worry about shares and effects elsewhere. So as long as we keep that approach, there won't be any issues. But if that approach changes, then the Constitution gives this association the ability to request a review, and that's important, I think. That's okay.
But it's well written, so good on you.
Well,
Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, good job, Alan. Thank you.
Well, yeah, it wasn't just me. Everyone had, like, there was a number of things I added from your recommendations and from the meetings. It also gives it fully lays out formally what we're doing. So I think it's good. I would encourage folks to pass it.
So after tonight's meeting, we are going to post this on our Facebook page and on our website, available to anyone and everyone. Without copies, without having posted, I wonder, can we actually ask people to vote on it? But what do you think?
I think the way it's worded is it says it can be adopted at any time. If we want to wait until an AGM, but vote that the association is going to work as if the Constitution is in place, but wait until the AGM, we can do that. I don't see a problem with just passing it.
I say we put it up and we pass it next month.
Isn't it outdated?
Was that no, the AGM's in
Oh, I
March.
see, March.
We can put it out and then ask people to attend if they want to vote for it.
Yep.
And whomever is in the room is in the room.
Exactly. All right, let's do that. That's okay. You can send the last version of it to Dan to post, and that way we'll get it posted. And that way, I'm gonna keep my hands off. If that's okay.
And when we have to make it very clear, you have to be here in person if you would like it to vote.
Yes, exactly.
I would encourage, if we're going to do that, we should say that our group now is going to vote saying that we approve this document, and maybe we say, if you want to amend it, you need to give us a certain amount of time, because I hate to be in a meeting and we're live amending things as we're
For
voting.
them to email their concerns to.
Contact that.
Or David.
Contact that
Not on Facebook.
Contact at QHCA.ca, because that email, Dan also has access, and it's so that is a Queenswood Heights Community Association email. So although I manage it, it's available to other members as well on the executive. So, okay, so
And
that's,
we don't delete anything from it.
Absolutely
Everything
not.
just goes in and it stays, and if we need to add more space, we will.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
archived for 7 years.
So we're good there, yep. All right, so is that good?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody. And Alex, thank you so much, man. That is, this is great work. Thank you very much. Mark and Sue aren't here. However, one of the projects that's ongoing right now is to capture all historical documentation from Queenswood Heights. Why would we do that? Well, because Queenswood Heights is actually the oldest neighborhood community in Orleans. And it has a lot of documentation of how everything got started back in the early 60s and so on. This book was created by Helen Tweddle and Sue and Al and many others. And I don't remember, so all due respect, I do not remember everybody who was involved in this. There were quite a few. Lori Nash, Paulette, Hélène, Madeline. So there were a lot of people involved in doing this. So we still sell these books at $15 each. So that, for anybody who wants them, that's available.
It's worth it. It's, if you live in the community, I have
It's really
one.
neat, yeah.
It's really cool.
I have one as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
me too. You were on Facebook post last week.
Yeah. So that shows you where everything came from, how Queenswood Heights got to where it is today. It's dated 2014, by the way. But we have a lot of documentation here from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and so on. And that documentation, we have been approached, or Dan has approached, found somebody at the City of Ottawa who does that type of documentation.
We go full city archives, and the archivists, I've been talking back and forth with the archivists as well as Mark and Sue.
Yeah.
And we've set up, we've arranged, they have offered to come here and collect everything, scan it, and store it in a proper place. So we'll have access to all the digital copies,
Nice.
and they will keep everything for historical purposes within their own archives.
And as they digitalize it, they will give us a copy, a digital copy. So we're not losing anything, and that's important, right? So we can then, pick and choose out of that what we're gonna put on the website. We don't have to put everything on the website. I think some of that.
Or we could put links to the actual city archives.
Yeah,
That
as
has
well.
all this stuff there, and then someone can go poke around themselves to their heart's content.
Yes, exactly. So that's what's going on, and Sue and Mark, Sue Garda and Mark Tweddle are working on that on our part. Any questions, comments with that? Right, special events, Halloween decorations wrap up. Tony?
Yeah, so we had 70 participants in Queenswood Heights, so 70 signs went out. I did overplan just in case. I didn't want to be short for anybody, so I purchased 100 pumpkins to go out. So what I did after the 70 that registered, I had 30 of them out my front door, and people could come and pick them up as needed. And all 30 of them left, so that's great. It seems like everybody enjoyed it. For Christmas though, last year the outcome wasn't as positive. I think we had about 25 to 40 participate with it. My personal thought is that people are expecting that they have to be like Tatty Lane, and they don't. They simply just have to have like a string of lights or whatever they find is simple enough and to register. It's just to get the community involvement out there and something fun for us all to do with our kids at night when we drive around with hot chocolate and enjoy the lights. But at the same time, for every home that participates, I do a donation to the food bank. So I was actually curious as we're sitting here what funding looks like for advertising for it, because I don't know if Canada Post is gonna go on strike again, and I hired a company to deliver my postcards in October. And I've spoken to many of you around the table, and many of you, most of you, did not receive the postcards.
That's right.
Got one.
I did.
Yes, you
I
got
did.
one and
I did.
one other.
I got one.
You did? Oh, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, some people did.
Okay, so now I have 4 people saying that they've gotten it as opposed to just 2, so that's better. But yeah, I just thought maybe it would be a better way to get the word out, so I do postcards and the marketing on Facebook, but do we have budget for what we did for the garage sale?
I mean, we sort of decided that the budgets would be on a case-by-case basis, so if we want to, yeah, sure.
I think it might help. I mean, it seemed like people were aware of the garage sale from it as well, so.
Yeah, 100%. If we want to do a vote on that, I can say that.
I move we approve a small budget. How much do you need?
For what?
How much?
Well, I was chatting here, sorry.
He's all of a sudden interesting.
Now we're spending money, I'm paying attention.
I was suggesting
Yes.
that we do some of the marketing that Alex had done for the garage sale
Yes.
and previous things for the Christmas one, because
Okay.
we didn't have the greatest turnout last year.
Okay.
And with some of the obstacles that have been put in place
Mhm.
in recent years, I thought maybe it was another way to try to generate it for us.
What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Like $50 to $100 would work. I think we got about 7,000 with the $50, and I think we got it was 28,000 with the 400, whatever crazy amount we spent on the
Let's-
festival. But
I say give a budget of 150 and then use the 100, and
Yeah.
if you need to go a little over, you do. So I
I
think the
motion
budget.
that we do $150
I
towards.
second that motion.
Anyone opposed? Welcome to
I have raisin oatmeal cookies if anybody wants.
Just a quick question.
Cooking bowl.
Does that
Yeah.
count double, triple, because sometimes you'll get the same ad 2 or 3 times?
That's,
unique reason.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I can give you those
I'm curious, because
I believe
28,000 seems like an awful lot when.
All of my advertising when I run my business was not unique.
Yes.
However, a lot of the times you need to hit the same person 2 or 3 times
Yes.
to have any impact.
I think off the top of my head, and this, you could, I think it was, I think unique might have been closer to like 19,000 when we spent like the $400. But, there was a, but Dan's 100% right. People have to see it 3 or 4 times
Mhm.
for it to actually be effective. So if you send me that poster, I can, send it
Okay,
over.
so I'll send you the poster, and what do you need from me for it to go on the webpage? The same thing I did last time?
Sure.
And
Yes.
we'll-
Sounds good.
What do you want on a webpage? You just tell me what on a webpage and I do it.
Okay.
Well, within reason.
Within reason. And if you need anything put on the calendar, let me know and I'll add it to the calendar.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, because we do have a calendar there, which gives you a list of all the events, including our meetings, and that's.
The only thing I would say is if it's not, if whatever text you want is not bilingual, maybe we can get it translated just so it's
Yeah.
English and French.
Gladly.
Yeah.
My postcards always go out in English. There isn't enough room for French, but yeah, anything that you guys want to put on the website and
If you
translate.
need something translated, send it to me, guys, I'll look after it.
Perfect.
So we have a motion for $150, first and seconded, vote.
All those in favor? I'll just go, anyone opposed, the same difference, okay, carried, we're good, so $150.
Did you catch that,
Thanks,
YouTube?
Alex.
You catch that in the transcript. Otherwise, you're just gonna watch the whole thing and take notes.
Probably want to see that after the 11th, right?
100%,
Yeah.
yeah.
I told you, then she doesn't have to take notes, because you're looking at it.
It's supposed to work.
So I said, you're looking at it.
We'll find out, huh?
Yeah, we'll find it. Jen will shake her fist at me if it doesn't work.
Next is Winter Festival.
The mic has to hear it.
Yeah, it's a really good directional mic.
Winter Festival, tentatively February 7th, Saturday, February 7th, is the plan. We are, again, gonna have it at Queenswood Ridge Park, because it has a hockey rink and a puddle rink, and of course, the field house is there with washrooms and place to change and so on. So it's quite nice. I'll put together a budget requirement for that and then bring it back here next month and we can vote on that. But yeah, so that's the plan. I don't see a whole lot of need. It's a small festival. It's a lot of fun. But yeah.
We're thinking of getting coffee and hot chocolate, probably going to BBCR, see if they can supply it.
They were better, it's better than the Tim Hortons, so the Tim Hortons one was just terrible last year.
Well, it's nice to get somebody local out there again,
100%.
and he did really well at the movie night.
Oh, yeah.
And the music festival.
Well, we don't know exactly how we're gonna do this just yet. It might be that we just do the same thing as we do with Tim Hortons, buy a
Pick
certain
it up,
quantity from him, and then we give it out for free to people there. Whether or not he'll actually come here, I'm not sure whether he will do that.
Yeah, and I have no issue.
Plug me.
But it's a good plug for him if we.
Yeah.
If he's out here doing it, then it's a good plug for him.
Yeah,
And even if we buy it from him, we would still, like you said, this is
100%.
So Dave, would you do us a favor, would you contact him and find out how much he'll charge us for, how many cups of coffee, but a carafe or whatever, of coffee and of hot chocolate?
Yep.
And see what he says, so we can, prepare a budget. We don't need an exact price, but we need an idea of what it'll cost us.
Yes, I'll speak with Kevin.
Thanks. I'll get an estimate from Lynn for face painting. Those are the two biggest costs, I think, of that day. Then we'll buy some gift cards, whatever, give away for hockey and skating, whatever. So kids can come out and enjoy. You give away $10 gift cards, McDonald's and or Tim
This
Hortons.
is an afternoon thing, right? From
Yeah.
1 till 4, something?
1 till
like that?
4, that's it, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I know Carol isn't here, but maybe we should ask this center there if there's any need, perhaps we can set up a station for like a winter cloth drive. So people could donate any extra things they purchased, or even if we have a little bucket or something, we could.
Your people take clothing.
They do. And they don't just sell it, they do donate a lot to families and to people in need.
And the schools will also,
We work with the social workers, at the fall. And so like a lot of people come in by ambulance and they come in with no clothes,
Yeah.
no boots, no shoes, no coats.
Yeah.
So they dress them with stuff that we've donated. And yeah, there's a few different social worker things that they work with. Not me personally, since I don't seem to know them, but they do. And like at one point, a family that had a fire came in and they were told, shop away for free. And they got to just choose whatever they needed for their family. It was a family of 9 or something. And they were told, just go, choose your clothes, choose lamps, choose whatever you needed. Like it's just, they are very generous to those in need.
Which organization is this?
This is the Mission Thrift Store in town.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the
So
schools
whether
will
it's through
also take meals, carbs, and cats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if we could do something of that sort, if it's with Mission, if it's with
Yeah.
whomever, but
Yeah.
but it could be a good idea. And
That's a good point. I really like that, really good point.
Did he collect a whole bunch of stuff?
At the Russian.
Okay.
But
So
the
it's
other,
worth it for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
the other organization Sherry's been working with is for the homeless. She's been doing clothes drives, and then there's a group of people who go out, but it's not local, so it's downtown Ottawa, and they hand out clothes to people that are on the street. We're doing that. Which all of it is need, so it's all, right, it's serving a need no matter what. But so either way, if we pick up clothes, we can choose which organization that's a good
Now,
idea.
does Sherry have to clean it and everything first before she brings it?
Some, but most of the time it comes clean. Matter of fact, lately she's been getting people giving her, I've never worn this coat, brand new Celeste tag. So it's great,
Doesn't need cleaning.
right? So
Just checking.
Sherry is very particular about not giving things away that are.
Full of holes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well.
Yeah, she's not giving away garbage. But anyway, so that's the thing. So we have a number of organizations, worthwhile organizations could use that help.
Yeah.
Absolutely no harm in asking
Very
that,
good idea.
making that part of the festival.
The thing is, we've already been working with CRC for most of our previous events. So I like the idea.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, as much as we have all sorts of other options as well.
no, 100%. I think it would be good to figure out if there was one in the community that had need. Like, for example, maybe CRC says, no, we're good, but Mission would, so, it would benefit for us, or Sherry's organization, any group.
CRC normally don't take clothes,
I know, I don't think.
but they'll
they do.
take food.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the food can go there and the rest can go here.
Yep.
What time did you
Share
say?
the work.
I had
1 to
put it down
4.
as 10 to 2.
No. 1 to 4, we don't do lunch.
Want me to talk about it?
At Winter Festival, we don't do lunch. However,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
there is,
Food item.
there is somebody who has decided we should do a brunch on that same day. Dan, would you like to come up with?
Well, we haven't come up with a date yet.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
I thought we're doing the same day, same morning.
I have been told no.
I didn't say
By who?
no.
Oh, by the boss, okay.
I didn't say no, I just,
I read between the lines, lady.
It's a.
I was actually thinking March. Worst case scenario, we could potentially do if we're doing 2 events the same day is too much, right? We shift it off to March, we do it in March.
And it just spreads out the wealth too of the fun.
right.
Well, there's that to be said about it. I approached a couple of people about sponsoring it, so we'll see where that goes. And,
March break.
Oh, March break.
Saturday of March break.
Okay.
When is March?
you gonna come help me cook pancakes Saturday the March break?
All
There
right,
you go.
You're in.
Now your first volunteer.
so
I can.
please come up with a date so we can put a tentative date on there. And we'll, because
100%.
one thing that we're talking about, we are talking, we have to make sure the hall is available. We would do it in a hall here downstairs. Because it's a brunch, we don't care about the weather. We don't have to worry about it, right? So that's the thing. And so even if we did on the same day, it wasn't happening in Quincy Ridge Park, it's happening here. And yes, I always thought that was heavy to do it morning and then afternoon.
In 2 different locations.
In 2 different
Yeah.
locations. So
So,
it does make sense.
I can see
I was thinking about it yesterday. Okay, well, and I don't know if I mentioned March to you, but I thought about it after I talked to you.
okay,
The 14th of March would be a good, that's the first day of the March break.
Saturday, March 14th.
That's March break. And that's the 14th of March would be good.
Okay, let's tentatively put down Saturday, the 14th of March.
For pancake.
That's
Jeanette
my
became the new boss.
25th
Wedding
anniversary.
Good for you.
So I'm not gonna be there.
And I can help with the pancakes.
Yeah, same.
Somebody's thinking skiing.
You can ski on the Sunday.
I can ski any day. I don't need to ski weekends, by the way. I like to ski Monday to Friday, so.
I know, I used to volunteer with that church, and it was really hard to ever schedule anything for children over March break. A lot of families travel. I'm not sure, this was obviously pre-COVID. I would even think it would be better probably to do it outside of March break.
I was thinking Saturday, March 7th. I think you push back one more week and keep it right before March break, and people might really appreciate that because, well, that's something they can do. It's inexpensive and it's a nice activity, and then they go into March break the week after.
When's Easter?
April this year.
Yeah.
I guess the first weekend of April.
Yeah, well, let's not do it on the.
And I did talk to TV Ontario,
Yes.
and I got permission to stream any of their stuff at any of our events.
Right.
If we're not charging people to come in, anything that is on TVO, their streaming page, or live on their stuff, we can show at no charge.
Nice.
So are we tentatively saying March 7th? So
Yes.
Going back to my calendar here. March.
Yeah, and then what we can even do potentially is looking to see if there's one room we could put some videos on to entertain some kids, whatnot as well.
Okay, Spring Fling is tentatively Saturday, April 4th. That's Easter weekend. I don't have anything really new to talk about that right now, but I will refer to it shortly when we talk about personal style events in item 12. Any questions or comments about Spring Fling? It's working well on the Saturday of Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Is how I'm seeing it, so it's, okay.
And that's like a lunchtime kind of thing? Is that what it was?
Yeah, we do it from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., I think.
Yeah, we had hot dogs and cotton candy
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Well,
Based here,
The
and
whole
building.
the whole building.
Chicken hot dogs.
We do the whole building, and if it's nice enough out, then we don't. We do a bicycle parade and whatever else with kids. Yeah, exactly. But St. Helen's Church tends to organize decorating bicycles with the kids and doing things like that. So yeah, we do a number of things, and it's a
Maybe
lot of
we
fun.
could do an environmental event where we're planting beans or something like that.
Yeah,
This
or
environmental
Pinnacle
leading.
mass bike ride.
That too.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but April might be a little cool, we'll see.
Yeah, it depends, you never know.
Said beans with flowers and beans.
Yeah,
Well, because they all live. It's
Oh,
hard to
that's
kill a
right. Oh, I
bee,
see what you're
like,
saying, yes.
Cause I do
Or a
like
sunflower.
a planting station with flowers usually.
yes,
Last year he suggested beans, but I had already had everything else.
Yeah.
So I got his dig beans.
well, it wasn't a thing, because I honestly, I don't remember yesterday, let alone last year.
It's
But
really
bees.
quickly, yeah.
My kid
Okay.
did sunflower one time with Sunday school and it grew so huge, it was huge.
oh yeah, so, yeah, they are. Community-wide garage sale, Tony?
Yeah, the plan is still for the 30th, so
Okay.
the first weekend of June as I've been putting it as.
Yeah.
So I had some thoughts with that for signage.
Shoot.
So the signs that I do for Christmas and Halloween that go around the community,
Mhm.
it's about $500 for me to create those signs for 50 of them.
Okay,
And I'm debating how we can make them generic enough that it's not specific to a date, that we can utilize them, and that I'll end up putting my marketing on it so that I can still cover the costs of it.
Yep.
And not the association, just as I do for Christmas and Halloween.
Yep.
But I just wanted some input and ideas on how we can make it generic, where if we decide not to do it the first weekend of June, that,
yeah, it
Just
doesn't
put
matter.
Saturday,
you know,
Garage sale this Saturday.
this
Yeah.
Saturday.
right?
Yeah, and we put them out, the signs.
The other aspect of it is if people are registering for the garage sale, that would mean that we have last year 70 participants. So if we're getting all of these people to register for the garage sale, I would have to put out
$10.
all of these signs like
Yeah.
immediately in that first week, from Saturday to Saturday.
She need a lot of help now.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's the only logistical
How
thing
did
that
it
I
work
can.
out this year? There was three of us, you and three of us, putting signs all over Orleans. So we put 20 up.
So we put about 12,
Okay.
I think we used 12 A-frames for it.
So but these signs, you're gonna put them on everybody's property.
no,
So
so different one, different type of
Yeah,
sign.
and then different type.
these signs,
So we might have 70 people. Where I'm thinking and going here is, how many people would it take over the course of a week to take care of that?
I picked up every single sign I put out for Halloween. 70 went out, and I'm not missing one. I found the
Wow.
last few that were
Oh, you
missing.
did, yeah, okay.
Yep, so people are leaving them, even when things get crazy on Halloween night and kids want to be funny. They left my signs alone. I got them all. So,
Miracle.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. So I'm not worried about signs going missing. What I would be proposing is that we get the signs and we're able to do the perimeter of Queenswood Heights so that people know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then we can sprinkle them throughout the homes that are participating with them.
You have one of those signs on every home that is participating.
Yeah,
That'd be amazing.
So that's what I was thinking that you're proposing. So we literally have to come up with 4 or 5 people who, over the course of the week.
right. Alternatively,
Yeah.
if they want to participate in the garage sale, they can come by and pick it up from me as
That'd be
well.
better, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at that point, within that week, I can, because we always have that map, a principal list for them last year, and then the Google list as well. So a little bit more planning and thought to go along with it, but I thought I would bring it up,
That's a neat idea.
so.
I love the idea. Love the idea.
I don't know how much it is, or we can, somebody will lend us one, but you know those signs where you put the letters in? You know,
The one that we
Like-
have
like
like
at the-
outside here?
Right outside here, yeah.
yeah, you could put, you know,
Yeah. You could, what's that?
Queenswood Heights, garage sale, such and such a day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people driving by would see it.
So,
We could put it on that sign, right?
so the issue with this one is it's city-owned. And so if the city, for example, is advertising, if their priority is advertising, example, only swimming lessons, then Sean here has to do that, but he says, I have to put that up, and he doesn't get a choice as to what he puts on.
Oh, I didn't mean the one up, no, you know, they're on wheels. and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can-
okay, you can rent them, yes.
Okay, you know, if we had one at both ends or something,
Yeah, I don't know how much it would cost, I'd have to look at it.
well,
I'm not
I'm
I
just,
have no idea.
or if somebody
Somebody
has a
that
spare
might
one.
know is
Jason
Tracy.
goes. Yeah, Tracy and Jason go.
Yeah.
They get their events. And I stay arm's length away because I don't want to know.
Smart man. Okay, so we can ask, Dan will ask Tracy to see how much it would cost.
Oh, okay. I just say I don't want to know.
Or even move it around during the week.
I don't think we have the
No.
logistics ourselves to move it around,
That's it.
but. and
You
then
have a
we-
pickup truck. We can put a big flag behind.
saw that.
Garage sale Saturday. Slap it, get a lid. You can just drive
Put it
around.
in the back of the truck, to drive it, you know, there's.
Oh, God, like they used to do in
yeah.
Oxford.
So the thing about a garage sale and many of our events, they're all weather dependent as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
We learned last year.
right? I mean, our garage sale last year, it's not, the weather wasn't, yeah, it was a cold rain. It wasn't nice. It actually wasn't a nice day at all. The day before, we had a gorgeous day.
Yeah, of course.
We were sweating to death. It was a gorgeous day. It was absolutely perfect. But yeah, so you never know.
I was at 2 events that day.
I won't be here May 30th, so that's the thing. That week, I'm gone from May 8th until, I should come back June 1st. So I'm in France and Belgium for 3 weeks with my love with Sherry and our daughter and our grandchildren and my son and his fiancée. Toute la famille, yes. Yes, we were supposed to go to Florida, but we said, no, we're not going to the US, so we're off to Europe instead. So I won't be here. So just it's because I do help, I like to help out these things.
No
but I won't.
Noel and no
We
Sherry.
can discuss this.
Absolutely. This year, in 2026, we want to do a first of Canada Day, Queenswood Heights Community Association Canada Day event. We've had a lot of discussions about, oh no, we should do it here, oh no, we should do it there. Given that we have a community person who loves to do fireworks, does them here, I'm really hoping that we could do a community day event here. So just so we're clear, the community association does not do fireworks. We support members of the community that are, but we do not do fireworks. Okay, so just so we're clear, this is live on air. So, however.
Exhibit number 1.
However, so we will get a hold of Ath and find out if he's okay with that. I think we would do it here and our first year and see how it goes. Because one of the things that people really are keen on is doing it at Queenswood Ridge, because it's so much bigger and so much more space. There's pros and cons. There's actually less parking there, even though it's a lot bigger.
There's like 12 parking spots.
Yeah, 12 parking spots. So there's challenges there, just saying. And those challenges are things that we have to consider. If we do it here, we have had a good discussion with, so we'll talk about that. Anyway, so that's a plan. Okay, so obviously I didn't put the date on there because I'm trying to figure everyone knows that's July 1st, right? Just in case. Music Festival Family Fun Day would be August 22nd, Saturday, August 22nd at Queenswood Ridge Park. And yeah, so far there's nothing straying away from that or causing us any issues with that. So
I wanted to put forward this. I was at a meeting with Dan, with Jeff Leeper, and he spoke about his old community association in Hintonburg. And one interesting thing that he did that I thought maybe we could take on for this year is doing a 5K around the community. So we set up a map and we set up a little start. I'm not going to run the 5K, but you know, we could set it up and you actually could do it around the whole community and try and get as many different notable locations. Maybe we use the book and notable locations or whatever, and it could be just something different to add on.
it's a neat idea.
Instead
You can run it or walk
Or
it or jog it.
Well,
I'll
so
try it.
I'll tell you, one of the ideas David brought up, saying, if everybody had a card and they have to go get them stamped by all the vendors, right? And then they get something in exchange. So every time they visit a vendor, they get a candy or whatever, right? So the kids, so you do that. That could also be part of it as well. I was listening.
I like that.
So it's all things that we need to keep working on. So we will be having a meeting, obviously, to
Just an idea to throw it out there, because he had said that, and then he said, yeah, we did it, and now it's like it's a big thing now, the Hintonburg 5K, everyone
Carried
around
on
that area
without
knows
Oh.
them. So,
That goes on without announcing, obviously.
so I thought, that could be an interesting thing, and we could do it around different,
So do they raise money for a charity when they do that, you know?
I think that's the idea. We could structure it like that. We could pick a charity.
I would certainly think, that's what you do, yeah, exactly.
Food bank or.
The first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, it's an idea.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
I think it wouldn't need any, like, we're not shutting down any roads or anything. It would just be all sidewalk or or side streets. We could just set out a map and have it in the morning or something, or.
And involve the Ottawa Safety Council so they can bring all their crossing guards.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
It's a better idea than you think, Dave.
That's actually, yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. On to a more serious discussion about a meeting that Alex and I attended last Thursday, East Ottawa Neighborhood Watch Committee, which included East Ottawa Community Associations, as well as Orleans Community Associations, and led by Sean Crossan and Don Kelly. Don Kelly from Blackburn Hamlet, thank you, and Sean Crossan is Cardinal Creek. And we had OPS was there, Ottawa Police was there, and so on. There were a lot of people. It was great. We had a presentation. I'm not going to go through the presentation. I'm going to give you a synopsis, and Alex will intervene if I say anything wrong, or he might also add his own pieces in there as well. One of the things that was brought up was CamSafe as being a very strong project that we should really encourage in Queenswood Heights. CamSafe is your cameras, your local cameras. I've got 2 cameras on my house, one in my garage, one at the doorbell, right? If you register them with police, then they know you have that. If a crime happens near your house, they can go ask you for that footage. You do not have to give it to them, but they at least know you have one, and then you can actually provide them some proof of what happened that evening or night or day, whatever. So that CamSafe, it's a program that's available on the Ottawa Police Services site. I would strongly encourage Queenswood Heights residents to consider it. I think it's well worth our while. And I'll get to the stats of crime in Queenswood Heights shortly. The other thing that is actually common sense, but even I didn't do this, right? Turn on your outdoor lights.
Always.
Leave them on all night. One of the things that police said, he said 98% of the crimes happening in people's houses, I think that was a stat, it was a very large amount, happen, people's lights are off. Leave your lights on and you are deterring from people going to do a crime at your house. Keep that in mind. It's a very inexpensive thing, leaving your lights on overnight, especially if you're using LED lights.
Exactly.
So keep that in mind. It's something that might be well worth your while. The other thing that I was actually surprised about, if you report a crime, how many here think that they will have to be a witness at a trial if it went to trial? I thought it was automatic, or if you're a witness, you don't have to. So keep that in mind. You can report things, and police can say it's okay. You don't have to be a witness later on if it goes to trial or anything. It still doesn't stop you from reporting it. Okay, so it's what's that?
Depends on the crime.
Well, I'm just saying what they were saying is no one is forced to go to trial and bear witness. So it's this isn't the U.S.
Unless you're the one doing it.
Well, now.
In which case, I saw your mind go.
Well, I see, you're trying to get away. If you report your own crime, then you don't have to show up.
There you go.
I was about to say, why would you report it if you're committing it? But yes, okay, good point.
Then you don't have to show up.
Then you don't have to show up. I don't have to testify against myself.
So I have set out an invitation to OPS to come to our monthly meetings. Because that's actually recommended, is what they recommended. But, you know, one of the things that I have discovered is we have very few available. And, you know, so even at the meeting, they were up from 5:30 in the morning at work, and then still at this meeting at night. It's a long day. So, yes?
And then for context, our eastern region, you think eastern, okay, it's probably Orleans, maybe a bit of Vanier.
Oh, right.
But it goes literally from, the guy told us, it was all the way down to Hunt Club from the river. So this is like a massive area, and east. So this is not like, it's not just Orleans, it is a massive section of the city with probably, 300, 400,000 people. So it's not like, because when you hear east, you think maybe Orleans, maybe Beacon Hill or something. Yeah, maybe, but no, it's massive, includes a lot of the southern area of the city too. So it's.
I was shocked when I heard that. Like, oh.
It was very surprising because
If you drive our rural, you get the combo here, he knows where it is.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some really deep rural places in the city of Ottawa.
Oh, exactly. So, and I didn't write down from when, but there has been a 300% increase in thefts of small businesses. So that is huge. I believe that's since 2018, but I don't quote me on the year. So that is huge, and they're very well aware, because a lot of businesses tell their employees, if somebody comes and steals, do not challenge them, let them go. So therefore, people know this there, so they go and do it again. So I don't know what they're going to do to deter this. They are talking, they have to do something.
Better quality cameras.
Well, that too, right? By the way, I don't know how many you know this, but on the Ottawa Police Services site, you can get daily briefs sent to you by email. I have signed up for it. I didn't know about that before. I have signed up for it, so I will be sharing that on our Facebook page regularly, as well as the stats of crime, of anything going on in Queenswood Heights.
Before you buy a house, you should always check the crime stats. Sorry, Johnny.
Okay. Okay.
Well, with that, we saw that Queenswood Heights was one of the safest neighborhoods.
Yeah, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
There's one pocket
Yeah,
right
it's I would have thought we were, to be
So I don't
honest.
go there.
What's that?
Said, where's that corner? So I
Yeah,
don't go there.
yeah.
It's Lorraine Crescent.
All right.
Everyone's complaining about the traffic tickets.
So one of the fears is that LRT will bring more crime. So what Cardinal Creek has said, and this, I will tell you what was said. You please take it with a grain of salt. According to Cardinal Creek, Sean, there's over 300% increase in crime around Blair Station after the LRT went in. That is a huge increase. So I am going to say some things here that might get me in trouble, but I'm going to tell you facts. I grew up in that area. I have to tell you, Blair's area was never the safest area in town. So when you tell me it's gone up that much, I'm going, okay. Beacon Hill was never that bad. It's always a nice area. But Gloucester High and that whole area, I gotta tell you, was not the. Yeah. Oh, it's all your fault? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
You were raised there.
Cardinal Heights, I was raised in Cardinal Heights.
Well, same here, on Cummings Avenue.
No, Cummings Avenue is not Cardinal Heights. That's way over there.
Oh, Castle Heights, sorry, I was in Castle Heights, yes.
Yeah, Cardinal Heights, not Cardinal Heights, before Beacon Hill.
Oh, yes.
There's Cardinal Heights, doing the research council in Beacon Hill. We could see the cement plant, the quarry in Blackburn from our kitchen window. When I was a kid.
So that area actually didn't have a huge amount of crime where you were. However, I do know that Blair, so when I hear these stats, I have to take them with a grain of salt. There could be other factors in there as well, right? So I'm not sure. LRT coming through, what the concern is that Cardinal Creek, for example, will be at the end of the line, Trim Road. They are very concerned that that is going to bring a lot of people to their end of town and cause more thefts and everything else. So I don't see it, I don't see it.
Of all the LRT stations, I wouldn't see it for that one because it's so far removed from anything.
Like,
Why would
what
anyone
is
go there?
Yeah, really, what
Yeah,
would they
can
want
I
there?
speak on this actually? Because,
Those
so,
neighbors.
so this is one of the things, I can go into my thoughts perhaps after just bring that.
Yeah.
But I found the presentation, I apologize, Sean, if you're listening, but I found the presentation quite disturbing, actually, including the claim, which was not given to us by the police, it was given to us by someone who had done their own research, that crime had gone up 300%. They had also brought in the Pineview Community Association, who was asked to give their experience. And I guess they did not coordinate together because their experience was, well, we actually didn't see an increase. So, and then with that, like, obviously, more people are gonna be coming to that area by the train.
Yeah.
A couple percentage more, but this is also, there's more cops in the area, right? When there wasn't a full train station, there wasn't all the constables there all the time. And this is, as was pointed out, Blair Station is a hub for a lot of schools in the area. And, obviously 14-year-old, 15-year-old boys are well known for behaving themselves and not getting into little scraps. Right? So
they love to show up.
Yes. So I would take, as you said, some of the stats were with a big grain of salt. And if a criminal was going to go to anywhere, why would they go to the trim station where they have to walk 2 kilometers uphill to get to a house?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have to go all the way back to the LRT station. So they've walked 5 kilometers to make,
So
one
that
ride.
said, that said, if LRT was to be the source of criminals, I would see Place d'Orleans as being a possible issue. So therefore, we're right in line with that, Queenswood Heights. However, if you're a criminal, are you gonna go up the hill to have to go down the hill? I'm kind of thinking you won't.
We're also not the richest area.
And we aren't exactly.
We are not the richest area.
So there's a lot of houses that are a lot closer to the
And
LRT.
what do you do with things when if you steal something, you're gonna go back on the train with these things that you just?
Yes. Well, this was my problem.
Yeah, it wasn't like theft that they were reporting, it was just crime in general. And
That's
a
right.
couple years ago, there was a major incident back there.
Absolutely.
And so are they taking, the maybe 1 or 2 arrests that were the year previous, and then all of a sudden the next year we had a 300% increase because
2 goes to 6.
my lack of math, but 10 people were arrested? So is that the stat that they're focused on and maybe didn't think of it that way? I don't know.
Well,
The
this was
numbers were a lot
like-
larger than that, however, it was significant. So I'll give you an idea of stats. In Queenswood Heights, in 2020, we had 14.7 crimes per 1,000 people. So that gives you an idea.
With the caveat that includes business-related crimes.
Bingo.
So
Thank you.
this was another point of issue with me, is that a neighborhood watch can do absolutely nothing to stop, Dan from smashing and grabbing something at the mall. Not saying you would, for example. But, so, in my opinion.
Nothing good at that mall.
No, it's not. But this is why I think that those stats are, 1, misleading to people, and 2, not relevant to something we can do as an association.
So, and I will speak more about that shortly. However, so Avalon had the highest, and it almost doubled that of Queenswood Heights. And that was in 2020, and apparently, when I look up the stats for.
That's a COVID year as well, and there's a lot of bored teenagers.
Yes.
Did he update this from last year's?
Presentation, same one. I use the same one, because I know those are verified stats, so that's why I use them. However, to give you a better idea, 2018 to 2023, Queenswood Heights had 635 crimes reported. Avalon had 2,744. So what was reported, there were 2 homicides in Queenswood Heights during that period. Well,
Killed each
yeah,
other.
at Tompkins, actually, at the Milanos.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry.
There's 2.
Totally,
Yeah, the 2 people who died were actually shooting each other, so it's however, assaults 128. That's, to me, a scarier
That's scary.
statistic than anything.
How many of those are domestics?
I don't know, and I don't, so that's the other thing, when you look at these stats on the city of Ottawa or the Ottawa police site, it doesn't tell you who, the address or anything, there's not enough detail for you to
break down
extrapolate.
the crime statistics in a greater detail.
Yeah.
It glosses it over too much, it doesn't give a real picture.
Okay, so there were 11 robberies, break and enters were 33. Break and enters scare me a lot more than a lot of other things. You know, if you're gonna spray graffiti, that's one thing, it's annoying, but break and enter,
That's over a 1 year period to me?
that's actually a 5-year period.
30, that's 6 a year, it's one every 2 months. No, I agree, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the numbers.
And 69 motor vehicle thefts. Those are the biggies. Theft,
How many
69
vehicle thefts?
Yeah.
In
in
five
Queenswood
years?
Heights. Yeah. So one of the things that Neighborhood Watch can do is help alleviate a lot of that. Cardinal Creek has had a huge success of driving these down. So it is something I would love to encourage us to do. But I will repeat something that I have said many times, and others here have heard me say it. I can't be me leading it. I will help. I'll even be a captain on our street, not a problem. But I can't be me leading. I have way too much on my plate to take it on.
I would say everyone at this table already has too much. So community, if you love the idea of a neighborhood watch, we would love you to come to a meeting and tell us about it.
I should have 3 people
Can I-
watching one, which is me.
One is what? One is it?
Oh, you're watching it on YouTube right
Can I
now?
Yes.
Something, the things you mentioned
Yep.
just now,
Yep.
the
Can say?
cam safe, the leaving your lights on.
Yep.
Things like that, could we highlight them, big,
Oh.
on our Facebook page?
I promise.
We'll do
I
that.
promise I'm going to do that. I'm going
Okay,
to
good.
focus on this next
I
week.
mean,
I will
it's
be doing some of
knowledge,
that.
right? Getting it out there on our Facebook page, people will see it.
See, especially as we get into the shortest day of the year soon, right? Within the next month and a half, we're getting very short days and long nights.
I
Yeah,
won't delete it, I
leave,
promise.
leave your lights on. Yeah. So leave your lights on. So it is, Alex, yeah?
Always leave the lights.
Yeah, I want to give just
Yep.
some thoughts on the idea of the watch.
Yep.
I'll say, to be totally honest, I am 100% against us having any sort of watch, and I'll sort of go over why. I don't think that the stats that were given were correct at the presentation, and I don't believe that there is a key correlation between the neighborhood watch and the reduction in crime. Further, the cops did not claim that. Also, I think it puts our group at risk for a variety of things. I think it's easy for, someone to go vigilante on an individual in a watch, which I think could open up our group to not only criticism, but potentially legal action. The other thing that I thought was very weird was the obsession of calling the cops on people deemed suspicious. This is one thing that they spoke about, is they have a group where all their captains, if someone is deemed, to be a person of interest, or someone who's behaving suspiciously, they'll post their photo on an internal Facebook page and say, has anyone else seen this person who's suspicious? And then they call the cops. And they would not.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Hear banjos.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah,
asked, one thing I had asked was, how often are they calling the cops? Sean had jokingly said at the beginning of the presentation it was up to 15 times a day. That was not the number. He wouldn't answer when I actually asked that question. And then when I asked the constables, they said that they did not, or they were not able to provide us the data as to how many times one group had made calls.
Do they know them by name?
Yes. From what I understood, yes.
Yes.
It is known that this group is calling the cops often. I think it is a little bit of an overreach for citizens to bog down the cops with potentially a high volume of false leads. Obviously, I think all crime is bad. I think everyone thinks that. But I question the ability of a group of citizens to do a lot about it, specifically because the cops specifically cited how the sort of crimes that an association like ours could actually, in theory, affect, something like a crime, something like an auto theft or home break-in, are career criminals. it's not some random guy who just so happens to decide I'm gonna steal a car someday. This is often organized crime or,
They're targeted, they know what they're doing.
And you don't hear them.
Yes, and our group, and a neighborhood watch, from my perspective, isn't gonna stop them. I think what we should do when it comes to community safety is really prioritize putting out the information. Like, I think that CamSafe, we gotta put that forward. We have to maybe create a one-pager on safety tips. But I think the more you get into it, I think there is a diminishing return on time. And I think it also opens up, from what I saw, to be a over policing by citizens of fellow citizens, and the potential for, the bad outcomes, right? We've seen what happens, not necessarily in Canada, but in the States, with community watches, with people being gunned down, and I don't want to claim that anyone is biased or anything, but if I was to make a guess what race people who were suspicious were at a rate, I would suspect that it's not people who look like me, right? Right? And I also just don't like the idea of if I go to, say if I'm not from Queenswood Heights, there's a chance that I don't know that someone's sitting in their house going, well, I haven't seen this person. Click, photo. Who is this guy? Why is he here? I just don't think it's necessary. And I don't think the evidence bears that it will actually do much to push down crime, with the exception of, I think we should ask the city for the signs that say that there's a neighborhood watch. I think we should probably ask them just to put out the sign saying that there is one without actually doing it.
Is that a good thing we can do?
Yes.
They will give it for us. So if I was to make from that meeting, I think we should probably prioritize informing people rather than taking direct action ourselves and then trying to get some of those.
I would argue with the invent of Facebook and community pages and discussions people are having, they are fulfilling exactly what Neighborhood Watch did do in the first place. The vast majority of the role is already filled with technology. Well, again, when I looked into this, the amount of maintenance it takes to run a neighborhood watch. Again, community, if you want to do it, you're welcome to, but be prepared to work.
I will also say, if we put up signs, it also will have anyone who does want to have one coming to us as though there is one.
That's not.
And then I got to explain, those signs don't mean anything.
Well, we're looking for a leader. That's what
No, we're not. We are not.
Okay, so, all right, so let's move on from there, but, so that's how that meeting went. I thought it was a very good meeting, by the way. I didn't like some of the information given, but it's a good idea for community associations to gather around and discuss what's going on in each and how we can help each other. If it's all we get is, by the way, leave your lights on, even that is one piece of information that costs us nothing to share. No, right?
Arguably as well, some of the street lights that we have around here are still sodium based, so the yellow, orange lights, they don't give out the same lights. Switching them over to the newer, brighter LED lights, right, reduces a lot of the blind spots.
Yeah, the city trims the trees around the street lights. Like say at the corner of Amiens
that's another
and Preston, it literally puts black darkness. Come westbound or eastbound on Amiens, turn left on Preston at night, and it's darker than if there were no street light there, because the light is up in the tree, which is completely out, it's like 10 feet off the ground. So,
It covers all the way to the
Yeah.
split line.
So believe me, I have
further
no,
down Preston, there's
So
another
maybe
one.
we can get Matt to talk to the city about doing a wander around and take a look for this.
So for the lights.
Yeah.
Obviously, going forward, they don't put in older lights, they put in newer lights. It's not that they want to have, lights of lesser quality, but it comes with time, and by simply asking them to prioritize one neighborhood, it's not gonna speed up the process of getting all the lights updated.
So I should get my BB gun?
I didn't say that.
In terms of, there goes those crime stats.
Programs where municipalities were granted money to change the lights.
So in terms of any lights that there's problems with, I took note of that one, and I can take care of that one. But if you see any lights that there's a problem with, shoot an email to our office and we will send it to the lighting team. Even if it's a problem like with the light itself, the light's not working, or if it's impeded by branches of anything, like doesn't matter what the
That makes
problem is,
sense.
reach out and we'll
Thank
help
you.
with that.
That is very good. Thank you
That
very
makes
much.
sense.
Tall tree.
Fluctuates, there's a little.
It's really bright and then it'll like.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
look
yeah, yeah.
dim,
Yeah.
And then like, just go back bright again.
Yeah, it feels like a 311 call.
If I emailed our lighting contact and said, we need to prioritize, I think he'd probably laugh. Right, like
He probably gets that 10 times a day, right?
But it'd be interesting, Daryl.
We try to get ones that are broken fixed and it takes like a long time. So
No,
ones
nobody got it.
ones that are working,
guess.
they're gonna be like, that is the lowest of priority for us.
Okay,
Back a couple of years, there was programs from the province that paid municipalities or subsidized changing lights to LED. I don't know if that's still around.
I'll take note, I'm going to look into that for sure.
I missed a point,
Yes.
and I am very sorry. I skipped the Christmas parade. I apologize. We had added that in, and I went right through it. My apologies. So Dan, Christmas parade.
I have no idea. You guys looked into it. What did you find?
I'm doing it for a different group. It cost us $240. And the registration's closed from what I understand.
Oh, yeah, that'll be next year.
Oh, I'll have to next year. $240 to walk in a parade though? I don't know if I like paying to be in a parade.
And that's if you're deemed a community
Understandably.
organization.
Yeah,
So-
I still don't like the idea of paying to be in a Santa Claus parade.
Well, it costs
But
money.
it goes.
Well, I get that, now I'm just cheap.
I know.
I think there was.
You think I'm the treasurer or something?
They have to pay for the parade marshals to
Yeah.
block off the streets. They.
Police.
Police.
And I think there is, I think there is some slots that you can get for free if you apply for it. I would argue that we probably have the finances to pay the 240 if we were going
If we were
to.
to do it now.
But I think when we did have the September meeting, I think there was a bit of a consensus that it's probably a bigger thing to put together than we had thought. So maybe for next year, we should,
It really
maybe
is.
if you want to take it on.
No, somebody had suggested Danny's truck pull the float.
Mm, yeah, yes.
Yeah, but
But
you
if
gotta
we
make
have an
that.
artistic person who can vision it and hoard it, we can put it together. But I'm not the artsy fartsy guy.
Yeah,
But
you
it's
gotta-
not this year anyway,
No, no.
because it's closed, so.
Yes, no, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if we're thinking of it next year, the person leading it should have some kind of vision, on it.
Very
We can find all the stuff, but it's making it all.
So we have until August to find someone to run it, and then we will still do it.
Yes. If any of you personally want to walk in the parade, let me know. You can walk with us.
Okay, so let's move on.
Let's move on. So we'll move on to Personal Style Events Partnership Plan. I will speak quickly about that. We've been speaking with Tracy and Jason about taking on a leadership role on some of our events to organize. That's what they do. They do events. That's their business. What we're working with now is figuring out where's the line, where's the revenue? You can't run a business unless you're making money. But we don't want to do it to make money. We want to do it as community events. So how do we do it, right? And how do
And
we
yet we
do it?
also have to make our own money to cover the costs that we incur,
So
because we get the permits and everything else.
exactly. So there's all kinds of things that we're still working out. She gave me another proposal tonight, by the way. So we'll look at that and report back here how that's going. I have some concerns, as Dave and I both have the same concern, is we want these community events to stay as community events, not to be commercial events. And that's, so I like the idea because these people also bring in a lot of businesses, right? So it will help us grow our events. So now we have to find where's the line, right? So how do we do this? So we have to work some of these kinks out.
We want it to be perceived as a community event, not perceived as a business event at which our community association is a participant.
Yeah.
It is a community event which we've hired another group to help, or a commercial organization to help us out.
Mhm.
But we don't want people then or even participants or anyone who's involved in it, to think that this is all just a business opportunity for
Yeah, I think they're pretty amenable to what you're discussing as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've been very open to all of this, by the way. It's just, we have to figure out how that agreement would go.
You're just beginning the negotiations.
Absolutely.
Take 2 more rounds.
So,
Such a federal one.
the next point was CCAC, Catalina, she's not here, she's not feeling well, she didn't come. We'll skip over that, but make no mistake about it, the food bank is always looking for more food and donations, right? It's always a big need. LRT up, is there any news about,
I don't know.
we'll talk about LRT very quickly. There's delays going on, but do we have any dates and anything coming from that?
Or any rationale as to why the dates are moving?
I have. Because it's raining.
Or do we want to mention?
What can you tell us?
What are you allowed to tell us?
Like, what are we gonna do for entertainment once, if and when it ever gets running?
It'll run. It has to run, because we need that to run and we need the new arena downtown, so we can all go to the Senators games from here,
There we go.
without driving.
So for
Yes.
stage 2 of the LRT, staff provided a memo to council last month with an update on the remaining work required. Significant progress, that's gonna be anything,
Yeah.
has been made on the Line 1 East extension testing, commissioning, and integration. So the current phase is validating that all requirements for substantial completion are met through documentation review and on-site assessments. So essentially, the city isn't going to officially take on the LRT until it's obviously all in the clear. They don't want mishaps to happen under their watch. They want that to be fixed before they take official ownership of it. So some deficiencies were identified during the final reviews and must be resolved before the city can confirm substantial completion. OC Transpo and east-west connectors are working to address these items as quickly as possible. Work is taking place at Place d'Orléans and Jeanne d'Arc stations, as well as other points along the track. Once all outstanding work is complete, the independent certifier will confirm substantial completion. And then the next phase is trial running, so that's when you will see the trains going back and forth with nobody on them. The councilors will receive a technical briefing prior to the start of this phase, and it will outline the next steps for,
So really no one needs any.
No dates.
As we originally, yeah.
First Thursday of
We
Fall
didn't expect to be able to tell us.
2025.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's how
Yeah, it's all
we
your
get-
fault, Jim. It's all good.
Yeah, you notice he said use as sacrificial lamb, though.
Yeah,
There's only so much jolliness he can take from us.
right? So that's,
I'm
thank you.
happy to be.
Yeah. Well, he lives in the community, so for him, it's good information all around. 30, any news on 3030 St. Joseph, how that's going? Because
So-
I'm not hearing a whole lot.
We're seeing that.
Who? Yeah, or seeing much, yeah.
So we were made aware that they were finishing blasting. We're not actually sure if that's true.
Well, the sign's still there.
Yeah. We don't have much of an update from what we gave last time. We do know that the hill will be closed, that part of Dufour, for just a day, from the 14th to the 15th, so.
Yeah, that lasted 3 weeks last time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So they're gonna be just closing the road so that they can bring in a crane. And, yeah, that's.
We got an excavator down there that they can't get out.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, there's an excavator at the bottom. I got pictures of it. I went to the side, I took
How
pictures
deep is
inside.
the hole right now?
Oh,
I don't go look.
it's a few stories deep.
Yeah,
I went one day. and
It's 30, 40 feet deep.
Well, it's underground parking.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I know,
Um,
but I'm just saying how far down are they?
But yeah, aside from that, we don't have much of an
We don't
update.
know.
If there's any issues, anybody that lives nearby, if you notice cracking in your foundation, because that happens with blasting, obviously. If you need more information, you can contact our office, but we don't deal with claims. We can't get involved with a claim. It's a legal matter, so counselors cannot influence that or be involved in any manner. But if you require any information about claims, we can provide that to you.
I was told by somebody that because we had such a drought summer, everybody's just gonna blame any cracks in the foundations just on the hard clay drying up and all that stuff. And oh well.
Well, actually, if you don't make a claim, you don't know
You don't
that,
know.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wouldn't, I wouldn't listen to Facebook for.
I'd have to go back and look at the email I received.
Yeah.
But I was well warned that if I were to make a claim,
Yeah.
it's costly to go forward.
Is it? Is that what they said?
I have to
They don't want you to
double
do
check.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember, I think it's CSIS, is it CSIS that was also doing a lot of blasting at one point on Blair there?
Oh, boy, yeah.
And
They
when
did a
they
lot
were
of
doing it,
blasting.
it was the same thing, people were complaining and nobody got a cent, because probably they made it too complicated.
I don't
Or
have
too
time for that.
costly.
So, okay, thank you.
Just a point of curiosity, I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but is there any chance that like the frequent water main, the recent water main?
Oh, yeah, what's that about?
Blasting? Because I feel like there were many of them in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, but way up by,
Yeah.
one of them was way up by Innis Road though, so
Yeah.
that doesn't really count.
It was
I
like,
thought they were in the
There was
neighborhood.
one right here.
Yeah, there was one right.
Right here.
Yes.
Really
There was
right
one
here.
on
100 feet away from
We
where they're
don't,
blasting.
we haven't received, at least to my knowledge, any information as to like what its causes, but there are a lot of just water mains.
Well, they're probably all about the same age.
I gotta tell you, so these water mains were installed in the 60s, a lot of them.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be surprised.
I've heard
Everything
the whole thing about water mains a few times. I'm still not much of an expert on it, but I know that Councillor Lulov likes to call these things ghosts of amalgamation. So there's lots of different types of pipes throughout the city, like not the same material.
Yeah.
The city's obviously trying to
Upgrade.
update, but at the same time, they're trying to get it to like the last possible moment they can do that.
They found some made out of wood. When there was.
There are some that are, yes.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yes.
Yeah, they found some made out of wood.
And sometimes when there's water mains that perhaps
That's
need
hilarious.
I remember.
an update and they're above a road that might need repurposing in a few years, they try to stretch it a few years so they can get all the work done in one
That's
shot.
what they
Which
did in
makes
Tompkins.
sense.
Yes.
Tompkins, they did a
Which
lot
is-
of
it
work
is-
there
it is
all at
like
once, which
cost
makes
effective.
sense.
Yeah, exactly, it's kind of interesting.
And they did everything right.
The risk with that is
They did.
that you are,
Right.
you are pushing it to its very limit.
Yeah.
And things like that can happen. I obviously, like I mentioned, we haven't received any information on like official reasons, but there were coincidentally 4 water main breaks that day in
Yeah.
the city, and 3 of them were in Orleans, and they were all Prestwick here and
Queenswood Heights.
Hill. So no official reasoning, but
Yeah.
that's a bit of the history of it.
Thank you.
So suspicions.
Okay,
I actually think
No
it's probably
comment.
age, and I wouldn't
I
be
think
surprised
it's
if one
age.
goes, it changes the pressure amongst the others. It's, so therefore, they're all interconnected.
Change the one part in your car and see what happens to the rest of them.
so let's move on to 360 Kennedy Lane East, number 16. I will come back to you on that. But I have a note here from Kindred Works,
Oh, yes.
who have informed us that they are anticipating some limited site activity to begin before the end of the year. This will involve preparatory work, including removal of the portable structure, and may include some localized temporary fencing. Active construction is not expected to begin before the end of the year. The reason I'm getting these notes is because I've been working with Katie Ungard to get her to work with them. Since that is going ahead, no matter what we say or do, I decided the best way to go forward is to work with them to see if we can together get some positive impacts out of this project rather than just shake our heads and go, yuck. So that's been my approach. I hope you all approve. I know some of you think, I don't want this to go forward. Well, whether you want it to go forward or not, it's going forward. So rather than fight it, I think the best thing to do is work with them and see what we can do together. I still think a stop sign coming out of that structure would be a good idea.
Oh.
A 3-way stop to slow people down on Kennedy Lane East. However, some residents don't think it's a good idea, so it's not up to me, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Right? So it's really something that we have to work together on. So we will in time, when it comes time to discuss those things. But I think that with Kindred Works, we might be able to pressure the city. And when I say that, I'm not pointing at Matt Luloff, I'm pointing at the city. So an elected councillor doesn't get to decide the end of the day, which projects are actually going forward. They can pressure, they can push, but they actually don't decide. So it's a very, it's a fine line. And I thought, personally, naively thought that councillors actually got to decide, no, that goes, that doesn't. It doesn't work that way. So Because of that,
James does.
there might be some projects attached to this structure that we would like to see go forward. I'll give you some examples. Shouldn't we have some crosswalks, lit crosswalks on Prestone? I think we should. And I think we should be asking for that. We haven't yet, by the way, so James doesn't know this, Matt doesn't know this, because we haven't asked, but we should, I think we should. But maybe
Push button ones, the blinky lights.
yes, press a button and get, right, because people don't stop at stop signs anymore, therefore we should have that. I'm just saying, we need to come up with these ideas collectively and decide, let's talk to Kindred Works about that, see if together we can get the city to do this. We're gonna be adding over 200 population in that very small area. So another thing is, we need improvements to the paths at Queenswood Ridge Park. That project, by the way, is already done. It's actually approved, the project, but not funded. So let's get that funded and done. And I'm really hoping that we can get that in the next couple of years. It's not funded for next year either. So it's something that has to get done, because those paths are absolutely awful. And last but not least, we need lighting in that park. In my experience, we need lighting in all our parks.
Centennial Park is absolutely brutal.
Yes, well, not just Centennial, right?
Completely, but most of our parks. The other one over at where the other school is.
Kinsella, yeah.
Is that Kinsella?
Yep.
Yeah, Kinsella Park is dark at night. too.
Absolutely.
Really, really dark.
So one of the things that I know, and there's a study about this, lighting deters
Exactly.
crime. So why are we not automatically adding lighting in our parks? Like, don't we want to deter crime? I would think councillors
Because
and
we're a
city.
great place to live with low crime rate. They don't wanna put it here, they wanna put it somewhere else.
That has fight.
Okay, anyway, so I wanna see parks have better lighting. And I think it's something that the city should be prioritizing. So, yeah, sorry?
I wholly agree, but I have heard people say, because it's not good for the environment, light pollution is bad, it messes with the circadian rhythms of our animals and insects and all that. I'm just saying, I recently,
Make the motion.
Okay, that's a good point.
I wanna be able to walk through the park at night, because when I have to walk 20 minutes from my nearest bus stop,
Yes,
it's faster to go through the park.
Okay.
I'm
that's my
a
point.
48-year-old woman and I'm not walking through the park.
See, why can't residents feel safe walking through our parks at night? Why? Well, because we don't have
There is
lighting.
no lighting.
And the city is not prioritizing putting lighting in our parks. So, hello, let's do that. So those are things that I think we need to be pushing forward. Attached to 360 Kennedy Lane East and going forward to all our parks. Anyway, over to you. Any other news about 360 Kennedy Lane?
We have no updates on 360. I think you have more information than we do.
I thought they were
actually.
gonna do a
I'll
walk
share
about-
with you what I have.
Weren't we gonna have a public meeting and people are gonna be able to walk around? with-
So one of the things that is
That's what's
going to
going on.
happen, Kindred Works wants to have a public meeting on-site.
Yes, yes.
So
So people can
there,
see.
and they'll have, a model of what's going up and everything, and residents can go and visit, ask their questions, and talk with them about the project. So I'm waiting on that. We would be invited to that, to participate. And I actually volunteered. I have no issue being there. I don't agree with the limited parking they're gonna have, but I'm not going I'm not gonna win that argument. So let's talk about the good things about it. We're gonna get some rental housing in Queenswood Heights. That is a good thing. So there are some good coming out of this, right?
I actually think for the parking, like, I personally have a different view on the parking. I think especially because it's so close to the LRT station, I think you might actually attract some people who don't use vehicles, especially with the limited parking.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
That's my only comment to that. I hope you're right. What I've seen of other projects,
Since the one that.
they're always looking for more parking.
Yeah.
So it's
The people move in thinking that they could still have a car and it causes problems for parking.
Yeah.
Regardless.
that's what we found from other projects for affordable housing. So that's why I'm saying. Anyway, but that's, it's a done deal, so we'll have to see how it goes. Any other questions or comments? Yeah.
Smaller things. So
Yeah.
last meeting, I was asked about three-stream garbage.
Yes.
Specifically about Queenswood Ridge and this
I
part
gagged you
here.
guys about that again a couple of days ago.
So we, literally a couple days after that meeting, completely coincidental, we had well, not the Parks and Rec Department, but whatever, they're
Yeah.
underneath,
Sure.
they all have these long names.
Yeah.
Reach out and say, give us a list of parks that you wanna see three-stream garbage.
Okay.
So Queenswood Ridge, number 1 on the list.
Yoo-hoo!
They asked us for a list of 3, and that likely, that we would for sure get 2. I'm sure you can understand that we need to spread them out, so we did not include this park here on there, but Queenswood Ridge, we put it as number 1, and we could put some other parks on the list too, so that they're a little bit spread out.
Speaking of recycling, speaking of recycling, my friend.
Oh, do you really? So one of the things that has come up is alcohol in parks. So in case some of you are not aware, we got permission to include Queenswood Ridge Park this year in a pilot project that allowed alcohol to be consumed in the park. With, around certain rules and everything, right? Obviously, you're not feeding children alcohol and so on. So all the common sense stuff aside, yeah, although never mind. So it was successful, by the way, from my perspective. I don't know if Matt has heard any complaints about it, but I have had 0 complaints. Not only that, but I walk my dog there regularly. I am in that park regularly. I've had 2 occasions this summer to have a beer in that park. One with me, one with Dan and Dave, and I had another one with some friends. We went played a game of something, and we had a beer while we were doing it, and we had a great time, no issues. You take your bottles away. But the one thing that I noticed, it did not increase garbage, did not increase any issues, did not cause any noise issues. I had 0 issues during this whole pilot. Now it's ended, I think it ended September 30th, November 31st, November 1st. So it's ended, and now they're asking, well, what are your comments about it? I am going to be putting something on Facebook with my comments, and that I would recommend that they continue this this project with allowing alcohol in parks citywide. Like, why aren't we?
I sent them an email myself as well.
Yes,
And I encourage anyone.
Please.
Did anyone else have any other experience, or any experience
With that.
with it?
All I
Isn't
said,
it
it
parks?
might depend on the park, or the location of the
Yeah.
park.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be what's gonna turn up. Let's turn it on to all the parks, but be prepared that you might be turning a few off.
Yeah.
Because there are gonna be issues.
That's possible.
Do we know how soon they can turn it back on for? Meaning, will they have it in time for the ODR if we tried to get it going?
It's a good question. And I don't have that answer, but I will gladly ask. Gladly ask.
Outdoor
Or
racing.
really?
Thank you.
I'm
So-
not the only one that has.
No, it won't be on this
Just don't
one.
have teenage
Okay.
boys.
Okay, so it will not be this one.
Just put it in your
I don't
coffee.
even know their 30s, but they-
I know, but
Keep the beer cold.
Did you have anything to add?
Are you
to that?
thinking
Yeah,
of
no.
that?
Okay.
And we haven't received any complaints. I think people that are looking to make problems aren't waiting for alcohol in parks to be allowed.
Bingo. I'll move on. Are there any online, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Obviously Matt isn't here, so I won't ask you to give a full thought, but could you maybe give some of the councillors' thoughts on the Lansdowne 2.0, because I saw he voted for it. I think maybe some people would be curious as to why he voted. I personally am curious as to why he voted for it, and maybe others are. If he has any statement or any thoughts that you know of, I won't ask you.
I haven't been handling this file myself, so I don't want to,
Speak out of
speak out of turn, but from my understanding, the councilor's main concern with the project is that, or thought behind how he's thinking about it is that it's a city-owned property, and you need to maintain it as you would any other city-owned property. But like I said, I haven't been handling this one, so I really wouldn't want to.
That's fair.
That's right.
I won't ask any further because if,
But please feel free to send us
Yeah.
an email, and then Scott, who's taking, Jordan and Scott were
Yeah.
flipping.
he isn't actually my counselor, but I'm curious as to why. Like I'm curious.
It's very good, and I've been in favor of that project all along, so, I've gotten a lot of negative comments for my position, but what the heck.
You're allowed your opinion, even if it's wrong.
Anyone, yeah. My wife tells me that every day, although she doesn't say I'm allowed my opinion.
It's wrong and it's still passed, so.
Are there any online questions, can you tell?
I can't see any, but the only person online is Dave.
Any questions, Dave?
I am commenting on slow comments anyway, so they can only comment once every 60 seconds and just don't comment.
So I'm going to move on to closing remarks, so I can end this meeting, because we are already at 8:45, which is not bad, given the number of points we've got. First and foremost, thank you, everybody here. Thank you so much for coming and participating and actively being part of this community, because it makes this run so nicely. I really want to thank everybody, and hope everyone can make it to the next meeting on December 3rd. I'll be trying to post, the other thing we should do, by the way, is post the Christmas poster or anything we can in the board and here in the community center. I haven't in the past, we should do that as well. Try and advertise that way. Anyway,
Okay.
just thinking out loud. So let's adjourn this meeting at 8:45 p.m.
First.
Anyone against? I didn't think so. Thank you, everybody. You can turn that off. Good night, everybody that's online. David?
Now that the meeting's
Somebody could
over,
laugh.
I have one question.
Shoot.
I have old pillows, and I know no association will take them.
I thought what not Kim Cochran, but I think someone else was.
Look, I've seen in the past on
dog?
Facebook, somebody was trying to get pillows or blankets for a dog rescue. Anybody know anything about?
Well,
Yeah, so I know Sherry did collect dog beds, but
Sherry, but
I
not
didn't
anymore,
think-
I don't think.
I don't think they're taking pillows.
No,
No, I just think you
but I
come,
think someone else was.
well, anyways, if anybody